Can't hear you, Carlos. Is it just me?
Oh, I'm talking to myself. That is my bad.
There
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning, guys. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope you're having an amazing morning. Hope you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Peter, good morning. How are you?
Morning, Carlos. I'm doing good. It's hump day, midweek. And I don't know. I got nothing to complain about. The sun is shining for the first time in days, and trading's been great this week. I'm feeling good.
Awesome. Awesome. Glad to hear that.
Yeah, pretty light day, and well, we'll get to some of this stuff. But yeah, it's I don't know what to expect today, but it's probably a day a lot like yesterday. I would think. I would hope. Market conditions seem pretty similar to what we had yesterday, so. We'll see what we get. I'm pretty excited. I was hoping that we were going to match colors. We matched yesterday. Didn't match today.
Yes, though. We matched with the red, and today maybe should have been green. Would help the markets a little bit this morning. But okay, I'm sure we'll line up again. Yeah. Friends, good morning. Gappers list. Let's take a quick look at that. Then we'll look at the U.S. economic calendar. Again, not much happening today, as Peter mentioned, but quick look at what we have here this morning. As you can see on here, a couple of stuff in the green, some big numbers, 209 on OPTX, so 6 million shares flow. We'll look at that. Rivian up 40%. So that is nice. I was talking to a friend about Rivian. He got in early. $9. I don't know if he's too much of a friend because he didn't call me when he got in at $9 back in April. So he's sitting happy this morning. Good place to be. We'll look at that. What's driving that this morning? MLGO continues to be on this list. We'll look at that a little more closely because we've seen this one a couple of times already on here, and it keeps making some noise. And then Hood and MU, some of our usual suspects. On the gap down, CMG. Is that Chipotle, right? Peter?
CMG, yes. Now, that's a little bit of that's not a right number, right? Because they had a 50-for-1 split that took effect this morning. That's one of the things I was going to talk about.
Right.
So
yeah.
So today is the first day of trading post split, which means it might be in play. I actually I'm hoping, anyways.
That is going to be interesting. We'll dig more into that a little bit later. Let's get to our U.S. economic calendar. A little bit light this morning. What is happening today, Peter?
Yeah, like you said, a little bit light. Not a lot happening on the economic calendar. Really only two things. Well, there was only one, which is the new home sales at 10 o'clock. I threw in the building permits at 8:30 just so we had something to talk about. They basically came in a little higher than expected, which shows a stronger than forecasted economy over the past month. So 1.38 million was the expected. 1.4 million was the actual building permits. So looking at the market, yeah, it doesn't care. So the only other number, like I mentioned, new home sales coming out at 10 o'clock. That one should have a little bit more of an impact. So we'll see if the market reacts to whatever that number is. Of course, if it comes out on forecast, we won't see much of a reaction. Other than that, look, we're still waiting for the big numbers. And the big numbers are sort of start tomorrow with jobless claims and then the PCE numbers coming out on Friday. So from an economic point of view, again, pretty quiet. We're going to just rely on the stuff that's moving pre-market, the stuff that we've got like 2 or 3 things that have earnings. Really, that's it. And of course, we just mentioned our good buddy Chipotle, which is now it's trading. Well, I mean, it was $3,000 yesterday. Now it's trading around $60. So this might put it in play. And of course, with 50 times the share inventory, we'll see what happens with it. I'm nobody knows what to expect, of course, because post-split, anything can happen. Remember what happened with NVIDIA, right? It was great post-split. Doesn't mean Chipotle necessarily will be. Volume this morning, surprisingly light on that. I was sort of hoping that Chipotle would come out of the gate with like 10 million shares traded, but we're only 500,000. So it's not.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't recall what their daily was. I'm sure this is probably what their daily was before at 3,000. This might be good right now, so we'll have to see. I'm with you. This
Mm.
would I would expect a lot more volume. People being excited about $66 and make it more accessible for day traders, specifically. All right, so let's dive in, guys. Let's take a look at our watch list. I'm gonna Control A, Control X. It's gonna remove everything from yesterday. Let's look at what we have here on the gap up. OPTX is first. And as we're diving in here, guys, this is up 219. Is that right? 219. So, yeah,
Mhm.
219. Low flow stock was sitting yesterday just at $2.50. Peter, this thing is rocking this morning. What is the latest and greatest on it?
Well, this is this is a low float. We have to keep in mind that it's a pretty small company, only 3 million shares in the float, $86 million market cap. So not a huge company, but they got some cool contracts. They do optics for aerospace and defense applications. So pretty specific stuff. Look, you can tell the size of the company when it can move this much on a. Basically, they've announced today that they had $1.3 million in orders for the year, and that the demand could go up until to about 3.2 million between 2024 and 2025. So, if we're this excited from a stock perspective for a $3 million contract, yeah, this is a relatively small company. So it's good news for them. Don't I'm not arguing that, but I don't know that it's going to be tradable. What are we looking at for shares traded so far? Well, 6.5. So
6.5.
more than I expect. Yeah, more than I expected. The price action's looking a little sketchy for some reason to me, but maybe this will be a big day for this. What is it called? Syntech
Fintech
Optics.
optics. Yeah.
Syntech
Yeah.
Optics. Yeah.
Uh, Yeah, it's I'll put on my risky pile on my risky pile. It could be the stock or the low flow of the day. I mean, this thing is definitely got some good volume. Not my cup of tea, but I would like to watch to see see what happens here. Next on the list is
Yeah.
Rivian. We kind of spoke about that a little bit, but Peter, give it more details on what's rocking Rivian this morning.
Yeah, you mentioned Rivian, so I love seeing the EVs make a little bit of a comeback. Um, but I think this feels like news that we'd already known. But Volkswagen is extended their investment in Rivian, and has basically put a the market is obviously considering a vote of confidence. They've said that they're going to back Rivian to the tune of about $5 billion. So that obviously is a big cash infusion, and with Volkswagen putting, or at least committing to put that much money in, they're not going to let this fail. So Rivian was sort of running out of cash a little bit, needed an investor badly, and this is certainly music to the ears of any longtime Rivian holder. Of course, with the stock being up so much this morning, so absolutely in play. Massive investment coming here. Yeah, it's actually going to maybe push it back into something we actually want to watch and trade. So, yeah, another one to look forward to this morning.
Yeah, I like this one. It's front and center. 15 million shares traded, up 35%. I mean, this is looking really nice this morning. Next on the list is going to be VLCN, actually. So VLCN this morning, up 33%, 2.5 million shares traded. So we got some volume on here. Hard to borrow. Another lowish flow stock as well. This one not looking as good as like OPTX, right? OPTX looks a lot cleaner. This is actually looking a little bit messier, so I might stay away from it, Peter. Anything worth talking about this one?
Now, I don't know if you remember. This did come up yesterday. This is Volcon Inc.,
Oh,
which
yes,
makes
yes, yes.
yeah. We
Electric
sort of
bike
we
and
passed them over yesterday, and I'm tempted to pass them over again today. Um, I don't see anything great about it. I mean, they are they let's see here. One thing I did read yesterday after we had did it is they had a reverse stock split, which happened back in the beginning of June. So this is a company that we should not even be talking about, because that reverse stock split, for example, it was 100 for one. 100 for one, which means this was a 7-cent share or stock.
Mm.
Back pre-reverse split a couple of weeks ago. So I don't want to spend any more time on it, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. Let's head on down. WHR is next on the list. This is up 18%. Whirlpool, oh my goodness, I feel like is this company still around? Whirlpool is on here, guys. 974,000 shares traded. Yeah, they're around it, alive and well. Big gap up today. Peter, what's exciting in the major appliance business today?
Well, I'm not sure if you say alive and well. They're alive, anyways. But but I mean, I guess Whirlpool's still doing okay. Look, they're up this morning on rumor. So while Rivian is a fact that they're getting some investment from Volkswagen, Whirlpool has reported, or it's been reported, that the Robert Bosch Group. Now, I've got a Bosch dishwasher, and I've got to say, my Bosch dishwasher has lasted 24 years and going strong, and it's awesome. But anyways,
Yeah.
anyway, they're considering a takeover bid. Now, they haven't actually made the bid, as far as I can tell. It's just rumored that that's going to happen, and this will be a pretty big one as well, because Whirlpool has a market cap of about 4.8 billion, which means they'd have to put in a $5.5 to $6 billion bid, likely to make it worthwhile if they're going to do it. Now, it's unclear as to whether that's actually going to happen and where this rumor has come from. So if this is one that could be very, very susceptible to news, right? So if midday we hear news that Bosch, for example, denies the rumor, we could see Whirlpool drop quite significantly. If they confirm it and maybe even confirm a price, then we're going to see Whirlpool move appropriately. So this one sort of in play, but it'll only be in play based on the news that comes out. So good volume this morning on the rumor, but honestly, without any news, I don't expect it to continue to move into the market open. So, it's sort of like you put it way down on a secondary list, and only if we get news will it move. But usually on these things, companies take a couple of days to respond, unless there's really a deal imminent. But anyways, the reporting so far has been very vague as to, if and when this is going to happen.
Yeah. In play, how was going to trade, I'm not sure. It's got the volume, but I am going to add it to my list because I love this gap up. I think this is a really nice pop with some excellent volume. Alexander on the YouTube chat is asking me, when will the laptop giveaway happen? And I respond to him, I'm not going to tell you that, because then you might just come back and not watch the entire show. So we won't be disclosing that information. No, friends, it's usually between 10 o'clock and 10:30, right? So we're going to hide here. Just be there. Be there. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. A couple of things you have to do. Hit that thumbs up. Make sure you are a member. Hear this very clearly, please. A member of the community already. So if you are a member now with an annual membership, you're already in. Don't do anything else. But just be on YouTube and subscribe, right? If you're not a member of the community, there's a link on there that says join us for $1. So you get 1 week access for $1. That puts you into the drawing to be able to win the laptop. So that's all you have to do. Pretty simple. And we'll be doing that at around 10, between 10 and 10:30, right? So laptop day, guys, pretty excited to see who our winner is going to be. So looking forward to that. All right. Whirlpool on the list here on us, typically a stock that we don't watch, but man, today looks good as far as volume and strong. Like it hit 105, 104, 105 here, and it's looking to retest that again if it keeps going. All right, heading down. Another one that we see once in a while here when they have news, it is FedEx. FedEx up 15%, 225,000 shares traded. Man, big pop for them. When they're moving like this, I do like to put them on my list. Peter, what is driving them this morning?
They were the one company that had earnings after the close yesterday. They reported just after the closing bell and had a good quarter. Surprise quarter, actually. People were expecting them to hit the low end of their forecast, and they actually exceeded the forecast, which means they beat their numbers, and they actually raised their full year guidance accordingly. So not really a massive beat, but the fact that it was a surprise has got you this $30 jump here from the close, or almost $40 from the close yesterday. And it might be in play. I don't know. FedEx FedEx is a tough trader. We've only got 200,000 shares on it, despite the earnings after the close yesterday. So I think it's a little iffy as to whether it's going to be tradable as an intraday play.
Yeah, yep. I like it. Might not stay on my main list, man. They're a little tricky to trade, as you mentioned. So I'll put it on here for now. I'm sure some other ones will come in here. We haven't even talked about even Nvidia, our good tech buddies, which actually traded very well yesterday, especially into the close. Let's see what's happening. With the next one is going to be MLGO. So MLGO. This one has been back and forth. We've seen it do it before a couple of times. As we spoke yesterday about it, we saw it do it a couple of months back. In December, it did some craziness, and then before that, way back, it also went all the way to like 800. I don't remember that one, but the other ones I do. And now it seems like they're doing it more frequently and more rapidly here in succession. So if you look at it now, beginning of June, we had a pop to 13, and just now, a couple of days later, we get another pop to 15, and now yesterday, a pop to 21. So this thing is just getting some action, Peter. I don't forget. I don't remember what's the actual news on this. Do you remember what it was?
There's a good reason why you can't remember, because I didn't know. I didn't know yesterday. I still don't know today. So I just I have no idea why it's moving. So that makes me very nervous about it, and makes it something that I don't want to trade.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you here, but man, it's been getting some action, some love, and also some volume. If I quickly look at yesterday, but that looks ugly though. That is not clean. Volume looks a little messy.
Yeah, it's ugly. Anyways, I don't like it personally, but
yeah.
Maybe if we can go back to FedEx quickly. Be Wyatt.
Sure.
Be Wyatt. Anyways, in the chat room is asking a question. What do I mean when I say FedEx is tricky to trade? So a couple of things about it. One, I've just learned like the pre-market volume is fairly low, which means we're not seeing a lot of sort of retail interest pre-market to show me that there's a lot of enthusiasm for the stock, despite the fact that it had good earnings after the close. The second thing is that it is a NYSE stock. Now, I'll always distinguish between a New York Stock Exchange traded stock and a NASDAQ traded stock. NASDAQ traded stocks is just because of the way the market makers operate. It's a very different market model. And NASDAQ stocks tend to get consistent volume. The market makers are not dedicated in the same way. Whereas on the New York Stock Exchange, you've got one or maybe a couple of very specifically assigned market makers, and they actually drive a lot of the volume. So what you'll see is it's when they sort of take action that the stock will start to move, which means watch FedEx this morning just out of interest. You may notice that the volume might not come in exactly at 9:30. A NASDAQ stock, you can almost guarantee the volume starts at 9:30 and it goes. Right? When the opening bell rings, you get almost the biggest candle of the day almost all the time right at 9:30. On a New York Stock Exchange stock, that might happen at 9:31, 2, 3, 4, 5. You never know, right? It depends on when that market maker that's controlling a lot of the share interest starts to execute the orders and set the positioning for the day, which means it's a little trickier to trade because of the way that is governed. And that, as you can imagine, affects the fluidity of the price action over the course of the day as well. So when you don't get really big volume on something where the market maker is not overwhelmed, but where there's a lot of supporting volume, it makes me a little more skeptical in trading them. So it's a good question, and one of the things why I pointed out, just say always look for that. If you're on the DAS platform, you can see in sort of the top right corner of your montage screen a Q or an N or an A if it's on the American Stock Exchange, which is basically a whole different animal into itself. But anyways, normally it's a Q or an N, and that will tell you whether it's NASDAQ or NYSE traded. So something to just keep in mind. There you go. There it is. So a good question, and hopefully that just gives you some food for thought. Some stocks, they trade. You can't tell which exchange they're on, right? They trade well, and it doesn't really matter. And because normally, when it started, the NASDAQ is a much younger stock exchange, right? New York Stock Exchange is the sort of the prototypical one that's been around for like 140 years now. But the NASDAQ is much newer, and it was built as an electronic exchange, and it operates differently. But as I said, like some offerings so a lot of the new stuff, a lot of the tech companies are on NASDAQ because that's where sort of they began. But you'll notice that there are some offerings that, and I always struggle to remember some, like Baba, for example, right? The Chinese tech stock that trades on the New York Stock Exchange. Like every once in a while, one of these will surprise me. They'll be on the exchange you don't expect. So, but anyways, there you go. There's your little background. Hopefully that helps.
Yep, absolutely. All right, excellent, guys. Let's jump in here and look at the next one. We took care of MLGO, FedEx. Let's take a look at
Yeah.
Hood this morning.
Hood is on the
Hood right
list.
now,
That's
we're up 3.3 on it, 418,000 shares traded. Not a whole lot of volume. Doesn't really look great, but it's on here. Any news on it, Peter?
It's not great news. They did get an upgrade. Wolf Research was very bullish on them and gave them an upgrade from perform to outperform with a $29 target. So it wasn't anything too lofty. It says that their income growth is very durable. I love the terminology, right? And they have significant operating leverage and strong free cash flow. So they're good words, but they're not like superlative words. How do you like that one? They're not like over the top. So they're just saying, they'll be better than average, but just barely. So, anyways, it doesn't make for a great catalyst, really. And Robinhood, even when it does have a good catalyst, as we've learned, Carlos, we've tried to watch it before, and it you'd think it's going to be trading really well. It's Robinhood, right? Like it should trade well. Typically, oddly, the stocks that are like the market stocks, like IBKR, right, for independent brokers, and Robinhood and Schwab, and they actually don't trade well, which is ironic.
Yeah. I mean, would I ever short Interactive Brokers? Probably not. I'm not shorting my own broker. That's got to be some bad mojo. Nothing good can come out of you shorting your own broker. I want no parts of it at all. So
the market gods, if you do that,
yeah, do not do that. All right, so there you have it, guys. That covers our gap up list this morning. Let's see what's capping down. We already spoke a little bit about CMG at $66. Man, that looks good. Looks much better than that 3,000 price tag we had. That's a mortgage price tag. Not here in New Jersey, but yes, there's a mortgage price tag somewhere in the country. But yeah, go ahead, Peter. What's more information on this split that they have?
As far as I can tell, because if I call up Chipotle, and this is where sometimes it takes the numbers a little bit to catch up, right? So if you actually look at the DAS seems to have it right. They are actually gapping up. Just not significantly.
Yeah.
Well, depends on what you consider significant. They're gapping up about 1%, which on a $3,000 stock is huge. On a $65 stock, it's only $1, or 60 cents. So it's they're gapping up, which is good news for them post split. So just be careful depending on what data you look at, because it looks like they could be down like 97%. But if you see that, know that that's showing it's comparing pre-split price to current price, right? Which is what's throwing it off. So, but they are actually gapping up this morning after the split, which gives me hope that this is going to be in play. Again, I love the volume. I mean, sorry, I shouldn't say that. I like the volume, but I don't love it. The volume's okay. We're now at 690,000 shares. It's not looking as active as I would want. Take a look at a 1 minute chart and you can see it's almost like that barcode thing I talk about. Not quite, but it's in that algo mode where it's actually trading within a couple of cents. Some very flat tops for a few minutes. Like look at those flat tops pre-market you've got where it really just hit its head at a weird price of 66.15 at 8.15 this morning, and then it did it again at 8.30. So that makes me a little nervous that there's not a lot of retail action, but maybe that'll happen after the open. So I'm definitely going to keep an eye on it just in case that occurs. But I'm a little hesitant on it. I'm not as excited, of course, as we all were about Nvidia post split, but I'm hopeful.
Yeah, I think it'll be fun to watch. I'm gonna add it on here on the list, and it comes down right. Are we gonna change the DNA of this stock, because it was not a great trader at all
No.
is that going to change here, right? Nvidia was at what did we get up to? 9? Did we hit 1,000? I forget. I think we hit 1,000,
Yeah.
right? On
Yeah. It was
Nvidia, we
$1,200
hit a
or so.
thousand.
Recently.
Yeah, we hit that, and even at that price tag, it was trading really good. Like their trading and their volume was really nice. It's the display, and it kept that right, even better. So let's see if this can change. I'll have it on my list here. Might move it down in a secondary because I do want to have space for our good buddies Nvidia. Meta was nice yesterday, so it's a couple of stocks that I want to watch today. Heading down on this list, we'll look at Love. Love is it's not really getting a whole lot of love. I mean, it's down 3.7, and it doesn't have great volume. So I'm not sure if this is in play at all. Peter, is this just slipping into our gappers list here, or do we have something actually going on?
Yeah, they actually cut their guidance. So early this morning, they sent out a press release and said they're actually reducing their full year guidance, which is surprising because most of the airlines earlier this year were talking about increased volumes and more flyers, riders than before. So the fact that they're cutting their guidance is not good news. Now, Love is probably it's lower traded than the big ones, American Airlines, Delta Airlines, even United. So whether this has a knock on effect on some of the other airlines, as maybe concern spreads that the segment isn't as strong as people expected. We'll have to see. But yeah, volume's pretty low this morning. But at least it's on real news.
Yeah. Okay. So there it is. There's something on there. I don't like it right now. I think it's not great for what I'm looking for. Let's take a look at DJT. This has been making some noise over the last couple of days. Increase in volume. Yesterday was no different. But I just think there's better stuff to trade out there. So if you like it, definitely add it to your list. I will be adding it on my end. I want to leave space for some other stuff that I think can trade better. And I think the same is going to go for ENVX. This was on our list yesterday as well, gapping up. So although today might be good for a secondary play, if we're going to be weak here and just come back down to reality, right? If the party's over, this actually can be okay. So we have to see it and how that goes. I actually like this for a secondary if we are going to drop the ball here on ENVX. I think it's somewhat of a stock that doesn't trade very well. I'm going to put in a secondary just for that. So ENVX on a secondary list. All right, that covers our gap up list for this morning. Peter, let's jump to you. What do you have on your list that you like so far?
Well, only two that we haven't mentioned that aren't my usuals. So earnings from this morning, GIS, General Mills. GIS had earnings. They missed their revenue and beat on earnings. Big revenue miss was from a combination of pet food and by additional costs they had from a voluntary recall of Haagen-Dazs ice cream in a lot of parts of the world. So I wasn't aware of that, but if you've got some pints of Haagen-Dazs sitting in the freezer that you bought in the last quarter, you might want to check and see if it was on the recall list. I didn't actually see why it was recalled, but it's always nerve-wracking. The last thing you need is a bad batch of ice cream, right? So, yeah, terrible news.
Yeah.
So, anyways, but I mean, it happened last quarter, so the recall happened a little while ago. That's why it's affecting their earnings in this announcement. But anyways, that was one of the things that they cited as a reason. The only other one is Paychex, which is PAYX, Paychex. Relatively smaller company. Earnings again this morning. In fact, they just had their earnings at about 8:30 this morning. Same story. They missed on revenue, but beat on bottom line earnings. So really not a lot of volume happening. I took a look at it just a few minutes ago. Yeah, it doesn't look like that volume has picked up. So yeah, that's about it. I love Rivian. We've already talked about that, of course, with their great news and the Volkswagen investment. Again, I'm hopeful for Chipotle, so we'll see what happens there. Yesterday for me, it was all about the semiconductors. I traded AMD and Nvidia for most of the day. I did have a trade on Apple, so it did give a trading opportunity. Oddly, I did not trade Tesla, but I still think Tesla's always in play, especially with the news on Rivian. Tesla's likely to be in play. Now, whether it negatively or positively impacts it, you sort of never know, right? Because it seems like you can get news on almost any other auto manufacturer, EV manufacturer, and Tesla will go up, even if it's competitive news. So we'll see what happens with Tesla. I think this morning, yeah, they're gapping down marginally this morning. And we'll see what happens. They've had a tendency of going down right off the open in the last little while, and then sort of recovering that mid morning or mid afternoon. So we'll see what Tesla chooses to do. But one way or the other, probably going to be in play. So that's what I have on my list for this morning.
Yeah, I like Tesla. I'm going to be adding that one as well. I mean, there's some stock here that are probably not going to stick around. That's going to be FedEx, MLG, and maybe Whirlpool. We'll have to see how this looks. But there's some that are not going to be on my main list. We'll adjust them accordingly. But Tesla will be, because, man, it is looking nice. Also, the daily, Peter, right? Like, the daily seems to be looking really good for a possible breakout, if we can get it going. It's down right now, but the daily continues almost every day in the last 2 weeks, has been slamming into this area of resistance, which is nice, right? With
Right.
higher lows. So that's usually a great indication of a possible breakdown or major rejection. We can get back down to 180 will be nice. So we'll be on our list here. Let's take a look what's happening here this morning. The gappers list is confirmed. All right, let's start with you guys about what you guys like this morning. So let's go over here on our list. Nvidia, of course. Let's look at Nvidia. Nvidia. Wow, what's going on here? Another nice drop over the last couple of minutes on Nvidia. It was at 129, the high of the pre-market. Right now, 125 and going into the red. Is there any news, or we're just messing with people here, or the SPY is breaking down? So I assume Nvidia is following the SPY. Yeah, because that's what Nvidia did yesterday, right? It went down to 115. Next thing you know, you're sitting at a 120 something, right? It's 126, whatever. So that was interesting. But yeah, lots of activity on Nvidia today. I like that. I'm going to be adding that to my list here. 18 million shares traded. It's crazy. So I'm going to
Yeah,
add that there. I got to fix
no
this watch list.
No real
Yeah,
news
go
that I
ahead.
could see on Nvidia. I mean, it's maybe it is just messing with people, but big money is sloshing around here in Nvidia, so it's going to make these types of moves. It's by far the most watched stock in the market right now. So yeah, it's not surprising to me that it's going to make these moves, especially pre-market. We'll see what happens, right? Once the market opens, these things tend to settle out a little bit. Still a great trader, but the moves are sort of less extreme. So we'll see where it goes.
Yeah. All right. So I made a couple of changes to my list here. I got Rivian, Whirlpool, MLG, which again, I'm still not convinced on that one. Tesla and Nvidia. And then some really good ones that we'll have to keep an eye on. FedEx. Why did I have ENVX here? No, for
We looked at it
possible.
earlier,
Yeah, we looked at it.
but
And then we have Chipotle here as well on their split. So again, great possibles, but these are much, much better this morning. All right. What else, Fred? So we looked at Nvidia. We haven't spoken about AMD. How's AMD doing here? We not much volume, and it's just AMD is loving this range right now. It's not really doing a whole lot, right? So just kind of stuck there. We got a couple of days where we had some good movements in intraday, but aside of that, hasn't really done a whole lot. So CCL, I know CCL was in play yesterday. We'll take a look at it now. You could set up for a second day here. Volume is very light. I could see that we're pretty much flat at the moment. And then CCL was tough to trade yesterday. Like after it did its big move, right? It just kind of got stuck here, and then later in the afternoon part, they didn't really move anywhere. It was stuck between this 10 cents, 15 cents range. So it was a very, very difficult stock to trade unless you got an amazing entry. Looks like the big move happened pre-market, right? This is, look at that. That's pre-market. So market open, you didn't really get a whole lot of action out of it once it opened up. So unfortunate. All right, what else, friends? So that's CCL. We have, let's take a look here. That's it. So we got Tesla. We have on deck as well. MU. Oh yes, MU earnings today. So at the moment, we're just dropping with the overall market. Right, we got the SPY, we got Nvidia, we got AMD. They're all just sliding down a little bit today. So yeah, MU. It's been getting great volume. 1.8 million shares traded. It has earnings today. So we'll have to wait and see how that's going to play out. I'm going to add on a secondary. Again, I prefer Nvidia. I prefer AMD when it comes to these micro semiconductors tickers. What are you guys mentioning? Sell off in Nvidia. Yep, sell off in Nvidia. It's just overall market, guys. If you look at just the SPY, Look at the sell-off in the last 30 minutes. So it's been really driving things down here. Let's take a look at Microsoft. We'll take a look at Google as well. Microsoft not budging. It's not following that sell-off. It's just kind of staying put there, but no volume. I do like Microsoft's daily. I mean, this is like the giant that it's just, market, you do whatever you want. We're just going to hang out here. And when you decide to go up, we'll join you. But it's just hanging here. It's not really moving much. So you have to wait for the market open. Pre-market right now, you're not getting a whole lot of action on it. So it's one of those you could just add to the list if you like. I'm not going to add it on here. My list is getting pretty big already this morning, so I'm going to keep it off. Google, same thing. Not a whole lot of volume. We'll have to wait for the market open to see how that is going to play out. How are we doing on time? We could do maybe two more. Let's take a look at Apple. I do like Apple. Yeah, I do like the way Apple trades. Last 2 days hasn't been great, but I am going to add it to my list today. So Apple will be on there. 750,000 shares traded. Someone mentioned GameStop. I saw GameStop popped up to like $25. Was it yesterday? So they tried to, yeah, yesterday into the close. Probably had a little pop here. Not sure if that means anything. Again, I think the fun is over on this thing, Peter. I don't know. What's your thoughts, man? Um, is
It,
the fun
it's
done here?
definitely over. It's over until the kitty roars again. So,
And even I think
that,
even if he does roar, I don't think it's gonna be a big enough roar anymore. I think the roar is kind of gonna be a little bark. I just don't don't see it moving like this. So I don't know. I won't be watching that. Another one that someone mentioned that I think can look interesting was Meta. So Meta was good yesterday. Had a really great move. It's not doing a whole lot pre-market, but that's typical Meta. It doesn't do a lot to pre-market. When we were trading this live yesterday, we were looking at it. We loved it, but man, the volume, like you have to, or a purr. That's correction. Yeah, a purr instead of a roar. It is a cat, right? Um, the volume is just not great. Like you really got to be comfortable trading Meta at these price. I was looking at it yesterday. I'm like at these this volume here. You're not gonna get that explosive volume, but the charts, the candles, they traded well. So uh, Peter, I don't know if this is your thing. Do you trade stocks like Meta with this type of volume, or you just don't want to get involved with that?
well, I don't mind trading it if it's going to give me the opportunity, but it typically doesn't. I just don't like the price action.
Okay.
I'm a pattern-based trader, so I'm looking for the stock patterns, looking for it to set up all day. That's what I watch, and that's why I end up trading a lot of the same stocks because they move in a way that I can sort of exercise my trade strategies very well. So the Teslas, the Nvidias, the AMDs, Apple, those four, for example, are I probably trade 80 to 90% of the time, and probably 80 to 90% of my trades are on them because I'm comfortable with them, I'm familiar with them, I'm always watching, and they create the patterns. Now, it's not to say other things don't, right? Every once in a while, Google or Meta or Amazon will move and make that pattern, or some of the stuff on the gap list. So that's why I want to make sure that I'm aware of them on the days that they're moving. But Carlos, just on any regular day, yeah, Meta's probably not one of my go-to.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. It's just not great. All right, we have a lot, man. Rivian, Whirlpool, MLGO, Tesla, Nvidia, Nvidia dropping to 124, and Apple as well. So we got plenty. Let's take a look at what's happening in our community today, guys. We'll come back and fine tune this list a little bit more if we can and see what else is happening today. But it looks like it's a very active day so far this morning. Head over to bearbootraders.com and you can always see what's happening for the day. Click on webinars and it'll give you our entire schedule. Peter will walk you through what's happening on this beautiful Wednesday.
Yeah, it's Wednesday, which means it's a Psychology Wednesday, Wisdom Wednesday. And we've got tonight's webinar with Mike, who's going to be leading it for talking about the psychology of risk management. That's going to be at 8 o'clock tonight in the webinar room. Mike's going to talk about how you can manage your psychology and apply it to risk. We talk about risk all the time here at Bearable Traders because trading over the long term is about managing your risk more than any other skill. So obviously it's your psychology, but how do you apply that to your risk statements? How do you understand what's a good trade and a bad trade, and how you manage your risk within what you can psychologically manage? That's the most important skill that you can build. So 8 o'clock tonight, we will go over some of the details of that. Mike will share his insights. Next week, Dr. Kenneth Reed will take over, and he'll be talking about how to create a balanced trading portfolio for yourself. So how do you create a balanced profile, and what does that actually mean? So he'll go over the analytics and tactics of how to create a good mindset. So that is on Wednesday, July the 3rd. Once again, at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Eastern Daylight Time? What are we in? I always forget. Anyways, Eastern Time, whether we're in daylight or not. If you want information on, well, if you want to join us here at Bearable Traders, I don't know where to go. Okay.
I'm sorry, that's me. That's me. I'm like, where are we going here? Let's go here.
It's flipping. I can't handle it. All right. Tradingterminal.com. Look, it's got news. It's there. It's exciting. If you want information on the markets, it's always available. It's got the calendar of events, which will help you know what earnings are coming up, or the economic calendar. We've got scanners that we use every morning to understand what's moving, and you can use them throughout the day, either with the scanners out of the box or customize them for yourself. It's a great tool, and it's completely free, just like the simulator, the replay mode, the beta trial journaling tool that's coming. It's not there yet, but it's coming. The heat map, which is really cool to see what's sort of moving in the markets and what's not. We've got insider information, opinion pieces. Oh my God, it's all there. Check it out. Tradingterminal.com. It's the place to go. Look at that. Some of our insider news and heat map type stuff. It's cool stuff. Anyways, check it out. And if you want to join us here at Bearable Traders, this is the community where you can join our chat room and then attend these webinars we talk about every day. It's a great place. You can demo it using the $1 offer that we keep telling you about. BearableTraders.com/YouTube is how you get there. We also post the link actively into the YouTube feed. So just click on that if you haven't done it already. You can only do it once, and then you need to join using the basic or elite monthly package or the elite annual, no matter what package you've joined. If you've joined, you're then eligible to be at our laptop giveaway. So today should be the day. We're hoping that that pick tool has been fixed. Andrew was feeling really under the weather yesterday, so I did not get an update as to whether the software engineer managed to get that working. Let's cross our fingers and toes that he has, and that way we can do our giveaway of a laptop, and we'll keep doing this every week for the next few weeks. So pretty exciting, right? Free stuff. Everybody likes free stuff. So all you need to do is be a member on any package and put some comments on the YouTube. So join the YouTube channel, give us the thumbs up and a like, and be active in the chat, and you will have your chance to win. So there you go. That's how you can join. Don't forget, on the Elite Annual, by the way, the Father's Day sale is still happening, so take advantage of it while you can. I'm expecting that to disappear any day now, so I'm surprised that we're still offering that deal. But while we are, you might want to take advantage of it. So that's what we got, Carlos. Yeah, we're doing pretty good on time. You can set some levels, and maybe we come back and we can. You guys can give me a topic to rant on, and I can rant on anything. You just give me a topic, and we'll go as soon as we set some levels.
Excellent. Let's do some levels here, friends. We'll look at Rivian this morning. So if we look at Rivian, high of the pre-market at the moment is going to be 1783. This thing is up 35%. I mean, just really rocking today. Low of the pre-market 1578. So we'll slam one there. And if we look towards the bottom here, we had this nice gap down going back in February. Right, we had this really nice gap down here. So we're looking at 1507 and then down over around 1367. So we blew up right past that to close that gap completely. And you can see here on the daily, we got a couple of levels towards the bottom that are pretty well nice to know. Above the price action this morning, if we look here, we do have an area around 1663 and then right up here around 1897. So some pretty good levels there on the top and bottom for Rivian. So looking forward to this one. In play, 19 million shares trade. I mean, that is definitely hot this morning. Another one that we rarely see on this gappers list is Whirlpool. Whirlpool is up today 18.3, 1.1 million shares traded. This is a stock again that usually never makes this list. So I'm excited to watch it. I hope that it can give us some opportunities here. Maybe an overreaction to this gap up. I won't be surprised if there's some profit taking or some sell-off coming here. 103 at 21, a great level here. You see the price action right now testing the high of the pre-market, plus hanging out this 103. We've been flirting with that number almost all morning. Below that, we do have a 93, 833, and then lower than that, you have the highs and lows for the last 2 trading days. In our daily, if we zoom in into March, April time frame to get some levels above on the top side, 107.75, and also we have 111. 46. So there you have it. That's Whirlpool again. I'm surprised this thing made our list somehow today. MLGO. No, I don't. This should not be here. I know it's been very active. I'm going to put it down on a secondary. I would like to think there's some opportunities here, maybe some quick scalps. But this is not something in our main list, right? It's just doesn't deserve to be here. It is hard to borrow. You can't even short it. SSR as well. So yeah, let's bring that down. Let's get that out of here. And let's look at Tesla. Tesla, on the other hand, some good volume, low volume. I think Tesla's pre-market volume has changed completely. We don't hit those high numbers anymore. We're hovering around this time frame, 916, around that 1 million mark for the most part. Towards the top, highs and lows for the last 2 trading days. We talked about this kind of area of resistance we keep slamming into and making newer higher lows on the daily. So that looks nice for a possible breakout if that's going to be in the cards. For Tesla, I do like the way it's set up right now. 186.37 towards the bottom is the low of the pre-market. And we have one level I want to mark down. Then the highs and lows are going to take care of the rest for you, as you can see here. And if we look at the high of the pre-market this morning, we are looking above the high of the pre-market because actually the highs from yesterday, the last 2 trading days, are covering the high of the pre-market right there. So you don't need to have that noted. Above that, the next level I see is 190. So that's Tesla. A little messy right now in the pre-market. Hopefully, market open can straighten that out. Look at NVIDIA, guys. Red to green, hanging out at 129, down back to 124. I mean, the range in this thing is just wild. Low of the pre-market, 124.25. You do have the highs and lows of the last 2 trades. They just slamming all over the place here where the price action is. Below that, we are going to slam a level at 122.08. As you guys slam that thumbs up over on YouTube, guys, we're looking for 500 likes this morning. That is our goal as we take you through the market open and live trading, laptop giveaways, you name it, we're having it today. So definitely hit that thumbs up. Really appreciated it a ton this morning. Help us get there. So NVIDIA towards the top, high of the pre-market this morning is 129.95. Above that, we do have some levels at 135. I think it's good to mark just in case. And then towards the bottom, you're pretty much covered, guys. Highs and lows for the last 2 trading days. Doing an amazing job. Last but not least is our good buddy Apple, which, again, has been putting in some really good days. Not lately, but has in the past. Let's hope this can continue. And when I say the past, I'm talking about just 2 weeks ago. Nothing crazy. High of the pre-market is 211.64. So we'll slam one there. And then towards the bottom, low of the pre-market, 209.35. Once you do that, just look at the range we're stuck in, especially the last 4 days. We're just been back and forth, ping pong action in here. If we can break out of that with some volume, I think we can get some really good opportunities. 214.28 and also 217.66 towards the top are 2 really great levels this morning. In the green right now with 800,000 shares traded. So that's what we have at the moment, guys. Looks really, really good. Peter, we didn't have no garbage stocks today. How is this possible? Did we miss to roll out the truck on something? We did. All right, no garbage stocks today. That's interesting. All right. That is what I have. Peter, anything else before we get to our moderators list?
Well, can you hear me, Carlos? Yeah, look at this.
I could hear you. Yeah, hear you and see you.
People, we're going to try something different here. People are asking for a live rant, so I thought we'll do something different. We'll see how the Wi-Fi holds out on this. And somebody gave me a topic that's going to get me going. So here's what we're going to try.
Let's do it. Wi-Fi is going a little bit, but hopefully he gets next to a window and it picks it up. But Wi-Fi went on Peter. He was a good man. He was a good man. We like Peter. We loved him. He's a great guy. Yeah. Your Wi-Fi stopped. Yeah, Peter, you're coming in. No. I want to say yes. I want to hear the rant, but no. Okay, you're back on now. All right. Yeah, we lost you out there.
Look, apparently Apparently, my Wi-Fi range doesn't go far enough. I was taking you out to the actual lawn because I figured if we were going to
Oh,
do
you're just gonna
this, we
show us
could
the
try and do it
neighbor's
live.
lawn?
Well, because I wanted to
Yeah,
show
yeah.
you the net difference. It is now almost a month, and my neighbor still has not mowed their lawn. I wanted to show you the beauty of my lawn, and then the line between my lawn and where their lawn literally goes a foot and a half higher, right at the fence line. Because I've mowed, of course, to the edge of my property, and then their grass is like that much higher right at the edge. So, anyways, we'll
Peter, you should take your lawnmower and just kind of do like some circles on his lawn, make it
yeah,
look
like
even
like
worse.
make some paths
Yeah, like
through his
oops,
lawn.
yeah, make some patterns and yeah, yeah. Kind of give him a hint. Say, hey, buddy, take care of this. You know?
It's really just
Oh
amusing
man,
at this point, quite frankly. But I'll work on that. I'll take some pictures and maybe I'll have them so that we can show you there tomorrow. So
yep, yep, absolutely.
live from
um,
Vancouver, by the way. By tomorrow this time, I'll be in Vancouver. So hopefully, I'll be in the office, and we'll see if maybe I can get some garbage truck and pigeon action. We'll see if that happens. But
yeah,
I don't know if
yeah,
I'll have
yeah.
to see if I can get a key. But anyways, we'll figure that out tomorrow.
We sure will. Friends, over to our moderators list. I see Andrew's on deck. He's got his list ready to go. He's got Apple with many A's in there. So he really likes Apple this morning. But yeah, friends, we'll start with Thor. Is Apple, which is nice. All right, Thor, Apple, Nvidia, Qs, futures, Eamon, CCL, Microsoft, J and J for him. Avi's looking at the overall SPY and NVIDIA, Pierre, NVIDIA, Apple, MU, Rivian. Notice how we all have the same list together. I think Andrew just copy and paste Brian or vice versa. Brian, NVIDIA, Apple, Rivian, and Tesla. Brian, Andrew, the exact same thing. Megan, Apple, and Rivian. I mean, guys, it's what it is, right? It's what's in play today. AMD, NVIDIA, Rivian for you, Peter. Secondary list, Tesla, Chipotle, and WHR, which is Whirlpool. Lenny is looking at Rivian, GIS, FedEx, Southwest, which is love right there. Apple, Nvidia, and no IPOs for today. Man, there's a lot happening today, but a lot of it seems to be just with the same stocks that we've been watching. So that is nice. We got a couple of usual suspects over on YouTube, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Stay tuned as Brian and Andrew are taking you through the market open. Make sure you hit that thumbs up, guys. It is laptop day. We need to get to 500 likes. And Andrew's going to come on and give away that laptop a little bit later. A few things you have to do, as we mentioned: subscribe, like, be part of the community. You got to just have a membership, even the $1 one if you're on YouTube, and be active in chat. And you are in for the drawing of that laptop. So, guys, over to you. Take care from our end, and we'll see you guys in chat.
Trade smart. See you guys tomorrow from Vancouver.
Good morning, everybody. Can you guys hear me?
Speaking of Vancouver, look at the beauty of Vancouver and the beauty of the gentlemen who are there.
Peter, when are you here tomorrow?
Flattery will get you everywhere.
That's what I'm hoping. I fly out tonight after the market close this evening, and
Awesome.
I'll be there for the morning. So yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah, sorry guys. I'm really sick. The reason that I didn't trade yesterday is I was in bed all the time, having a really, really bad cold, voice, cough, and everything. So it's been 10 days since I came from Denali, but I started really taking medication. So I feel a little bit better, but my voice is gone. I was really, really sick yesterday. And I hope that for the party, I'm going to be okay. So we're gonna do the laptop today. I think we fixed that issue. So if you guys are in the chat room, so make sure to be active in the YouTube as well. So comment. We're gonna do that after trading. So we fix the issue for the picker, random picker. So Rivian, what's the news on Rivian? This is really good.
Rivian got, I guess, about $1 billion injection from Volkswagen and commitment for more. So there was big investment by Volkswagen there. I guess that's a vote of confidence. So
that's a really, really good news. So
yeah, FedEx had earnings last night. They beat expectations, so they're up. although FedEx isn't always the best trading stock.
What's the ticker for FedEx? FDX?
FDX.
Interesting. Is it at all-time high? Yeah.
No, is it? I don't know if it is. It's pretty close,
Looks like
actually.
all-time high. No, it's not. No, it's not. You're right.
Well, yeah, not for. Yeah, you have to go back away, find a higher price, but it's sort of weak right now. There were some parts of the
Rivian.
business that weren't that great.
Rivian is super interesting. Yeah, might be a good opening range breakout toward the 17. I like that. Nvidia was amazing yesterday. This ticker was amazing. Yesterday sold off 2 days ago sold off 8%. Then it ran up 7%. This is wild, really, really wild stock. I love it. That thing is
Nvidia
wild.
was great. I actually held some overnight, sold it this morning. Glad I had that order in early. So that was kind of figured it would follow through the next day. So
S&P 500 also super interesting. So the next big thing that can move the market is Friday inflation number. Is that I think that's the one.
Yeah, that's the Fed's favorite inflation indicator, the PCE, Personal Consumer Expenditures Price Index. So Friday will be we hear that at 8:30 before the market opens. So we'll see what that brings. It's actually funny. There was, I guess, in Canada, inflation. We have one cut already, but I guess the latest inflation number kind of came in hotter than expected. So inflation still not. The trend hasn't been as firmly established.
Yeah, that's very tricky. This inflation, again, we understand how much we don't know about inflation. As Jeremy Powell said, like everybody is broke, but this inflation is really not coming down. Super interesting.
It's funny. I don't know if everybody's broke. It seems to be a bifurcated thing. Wow, look at Apple and AMD are all of a sudden.
Apple is super strong. What's the situation with Apple?
Apple got an upgrade. Apple got an upgrade from somebody.
Apple is super strong.
They got some mention or something like that. FedEx looks. I'm looking at FedEx now. It looks kind of interesting. Possible short here. It's looking weak. Might pop up at the open. Now the spread is kind of ugly on it.
So Rivian is holding this 1620 level. S3 at 1576. If it comes above the VWAP, stays above the VWAP, can go 17. But Rivian is a little bit tricky trading it. I might actually not take a very big size on it before I want to trade it. It's a little bit tricky.
Yeah. It's gapping up a lot. It could be pretty volatile at the open, just like CCL was yesterday. Wow, Apple is really popping here. Interesting. Tesla's popped up now. Apple's got a big order at 212.
All right, guys. Ding, 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 ding. Let's see.
Okay, here we go.
Rivian is selling off. Doing
Surprising. Rivian's got a lot of orders at 1540, 1520.
Yeah, Rivian is super weak now. A lot of people are getting out of this. Get the hell out of this. They're all stuck. Have been stuck in these bag holders.
Yeah. There's a lot of bag holders up here at this level. Okay, I shorted it at Rivian at 1566. See if we can come down and grab some of these shares down here. If it gets to 1580, I'll be out.
Tesla did hit the scanner for long. Yeah, I don't know if I want to short it now. But Apple.
Yeah, I'm out of it. That didn't work. It's probably going to sell off. Probably jumped in a little too early there. Yeah, lost 20. Qs are coming up. Wow, Tesla is strong.
Yeah, Qs are strong. Tesla is hitting a scanner 190. Tesla is going to go through 190. That's for sure. Still looking at Rivian. Apple is long. Shit. Is up another 1.4%, huh? It's crazy. Tesla 190. And I don't know. I'm looking for an opportunity to get in there for a long, but not now. Will turn out to be a very nice 1 minute win range breakup. Daily chart Apple, yeah, it's gonna go through 213. Mm. 190 went through 190, super strong. What is the news on Tesla? There's nothing, huh?
I don't think. I think it's might be trading just on this Rivian news. Just might be catching the bid. I mean, the only news I saw was there was some recall on the Tesla Cybertruck.
Ford also had some recalls. These recalls don't think that they have impact that much because these
it depends what they're recalling.
Yeah.
There goes. I knew Rivian was going to drop again.
Yeah, huge beat at 1550 Rivian. Yeah, Rivian seems that there is a lot of selling pressure. So a lot of time these gap ups, it's a good opportunity for people to get out of position. So that's a really good pop up, 30%. So a lot of people might get out of it. I
knew it was going to come down there. Damn. Tesla rejected at R4. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it just keeps going down. Look at that.
Yeah.
Feeds are lower and lower. And the massacre happening on the Rivian right now.
Probably going to bounce back at some point. What does Tesla look like?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to find. That's exactly what I'm really trying to find. I'm exactly trying to get a entry on it. Apple 5-minute win range breakup possibly. Level has review. So the Rivian looks like it is sitting at some sort of a level.
S3 is no, it's gone through S3. S4 is down at 13,560.
Yeah, it is at 15 now. The 15 possibly. It break the 15 really nicely. What is S4 at? Let's take a reversal on it.
It's down to
S4 is at 1359.
1360.
Yeah. There's a moving average of 5-minute chart. I'm going to take a reversal at 14, around 1460.
Just took a long on Tesla off the VWAP.
Yeah, that's a good one. Apple also bounced back.
We'll see if it can stay above there.
Oh, the scanner, one's popping up.
So this is a bounce off the VWAP on Tesla. Okay, I'm going to sell some here at 190. There we go.
Rivian, there's moving average on 5-minute chart at 1460. I'm going to take a long on it at 1460. And I'm going to give it 10 cents bounce. And then if I get a stop down on it at S4 would be nice. Let's see.
So you can get back to high of day on Tesla. Oh, there. Here we go. This is nice. Just selling more. 190, 10. This is R4. So, I mean, this is an area where Thor usually shorts. So,
at what?
No, I'm talking about Tesla right now. I'm selling some more at 190.23. It's okay. Here we go. We're going to break out.
It's a bounce. Come on. Tesla's going to go up. Come on.
Another 10% here. 190.30. Yeah, there's some big orders at 191 and 192. I don't know if we're going to get there.
I'm thinking of getting to Rivian 1460 if I can get that. Yeah, I'm taking a long on Tesla as well, guys, with Brian.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. Beauty.
On Tesla, selling some here at 191.50.
Yeah.
Nice, Brian. Thanks for that trade. I'm checking the long ABC pattern.
Got some more 191.
My average is 197.
Yeah, NVIDIA's a dog's breakfast, as they say.
The Rivian doesn't bounce. Come on. I wanted 1460, damn it. I really wanted to get along at 1460, but came to 1472. These moving averages on 5-minute chart. So again, look at 5-minute chart. There's moving average here. its moving averages are on a 5-minute chart. In these situations, can be a good potential level that you can take long on it. But it came down to for like 5 cents of it and bounced back. So I missed my entry. Let's see if you can get another entry. This might bounce back, but I was hoping to get that. But that's okay because I still have 3,000 shares of Tesla here, so we get something out of it. Thanks to Brian.
Yeah,
191.50 would be nice.
that would be it. That would be good. Or 191, 192 even. Take that.
Oh, 192. Brian, look at this.
Yeah.
Thanks for that amazing trade.
Rock on, dude. Yeah. Jared's pointing out we're breaking out here. On a daily basis.
Jared, what did you trade? Jared, what did you trade? Yeah, I'm having Tesla too. I wanted Rivian. Rivian. 192 is gonna go up. Lenny shorted Rivian very nicely. 5-minute range breakdown. Paul is losing it. It's very nice. Huge ask at 192. Let's partial a little bit here. 192.
Yeah, I've sold more at 190, 196.
Beautiful trade.
Yeah, still in Tesla. Way to go, Jared. Caught that one too. You do. I don't know how much more Tesla's got in it, but it looks like this is a runner today. Wow, Apple really, Apple rolled right over.
Yeah. This Rivian was also a really good trade.
All right, well, I got
a
little bit left for 193.
I have 1,000 shares left too.
Such a clean move off the VWAP. That was just ideal. Megan posting a trade on Rivian.
Shit, Rivian is going up. Damn it. Should have getting it. Megan, how did you trade Rivian? So you did long, stopped out, short.
Here we are, 193. Yay.
It's the 193. I'm partialing out too as well, guys.
Yeah.
Wow, what a trade, man. What a trade.
Yeah, that was amazing. I didn't...
Great trade, man.
Oof. Okay, that's it, I'm done. 193.23.
Guys. Great. Like, these are the... If you were taking this trade on options would have been amazing. So Rivian is now going up above the VWAP, huh?
Is Rivian right at the VWAP right now, or
Tesla might even have more? Super bullish. Yeah, no, it's the price action is super bullish. Like, look at the 5-minute; it just really ripped apart. I think it's gonna go up. I'm actually thinking of going long now on it. I think it's gonna go through above the VWAP. This is super bullish. I'm taking a long on it at 1578. If it comes, I think it's gonna go to 60. If it came below the VWAP, I might actually add more on it. Below the VWAP, like around 1550. Yeah, this is super bullish. Price action turned out to be very bullish on it. Adding a little bit more here.
Man, I did not see that move coming on Tesla. But yeah, so you just got to wait. Patience. Wait for.
Yeah, so I'm taking a long on Rivian. I think that Rivian, I think around this area could be a good long with the stop loss around below 1550, 1540. So it did potentially can do a lightning bolt pattern toward up. I wish I was getting a better entry, but Qs are going to go green. But then this is a very bullish candlestick on 5-minute chart. Turned out to be super bullish. Let's see if we can survive this. I could actually big size and 15 is a possibility to get.
All right. Just did a quick trade.
Rivian. Look at that beautiful Rivian. I'm getting out some more Rivian here.
Tesla as well here. Did a nice bounce back on that pullback. Did with some options.
Tesla's going on. It would have been a good place to add some Tesla.
Yeah, I did. I took another position again on that pullback.
I should have added on that.
Yeah, I traded options this time. I traded the 195s. That was nice. Got a 30-cent move on that.
Anyone in Rivian with me, guys? Trading live or in the chat room? Yeah, let's see if we can get to 16. I have actually a very big size and need to partial out a little bit on that. I think we're going to go through 16.
Big order at 16.
I think we're going to go through that. Easy. $15.95. Come on. Yeah, this candlestick on 5-minute at 940 is super bullish. Huge ask at 16. Boom. There you go. That is super interesting. There you go. Selling some at 1602. I have a very big size on the Rivian. I was actually going to reduce my size. It might go for a high of the day.
Just played that through 16. That was quick scalp.
Yeah. This might actually go for the high of the day. This is super bullish. I was hoping to, let me go to 5-minute chart, Brent, because you can show it for the YouTube people. YouTube people can only see one of my chart. So I was hoping to get a long entry around here. Usually these are strongest stocks who have like 30%, 40% up. This moving average could be a good place to bounce. There was nothing else around here, but it really didn't get it. It get 4 or 5 cents below that. And then turned out to be this 5-minute candlestick is super bullish. When you look at a 1 minute, it just keeps going higher and higher and higher. So I never really give you the chance. So that's why I got in below the VWAP. And usually when it's this super bullish with the stock gapping up 30%, it's continue going up. Now I think it's going to test this moving averages, and high of the day would be another one. That's why I'm holding in that. It turned out to be a super profitable day for me because I also took a big size on this. SPY is going to go green. Q's all green.
Yeah. Yes. Well, Q's are green. SPY's not green yet. Some big orders here on Rivian at 1620 and up through 1650. 1670.
Setting at 1622, yeah.
1670, 75 seems to be high of the pre-market. 1680. Kind of did what CCL did yesterday. Had a big pullback after gapping up, and then it ended up running up during the day.
Tesla doing? I still have a little bit share of Tesla left at 193.50. Tesla. Ryan, that was a really good trade on Tesla.
Yeah, just really was ideal. Great opportunity on that pullback to the VWAP.
Did anyone took Rivian with me on guys? Did anyone took Rivian? Nice guys.
Yeah, that was a nice trade.
Wow, Andre, that's such a nice bounce that you got from that level. Wow, very nice guys. Yeah, this is super nice. Apple is bouncing back too. SPY is going to hopefully go green soon. NVIDIA doing? Oh, NVIDIA is popping up too.
Yeah, NVIDIA is coming back up.
Still holding Tesla. There's 190.27.
Yeah, I'm all out of Tesla. I know it looks, this R6 level, 193.30 seems to be a sticky area. Meta looks like it's maybe going to try to go green here. Got MU reporting at the end of the day here. That'll be interesting.
Tesla. Tesla is bouncing back, doing
Yeah,
nothing.
it almost got to the 9 EMA on the 2-minute chart there. Apple selling again.
Almost like 20, yeah.
Apple's really choppy. AMD is really choppy. Nvidia is kind of stuck.
Rivian is slowly coming back to the rewrap. A good run on Rivian. Kind of similar to the market is coming down.
Rivian's, VWAP 1585.
Would have been a good place to add on Rivian, I think. Honestly, I don't see Rivian losing the VWAP and going down more. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't really see that it's going to sell off. See. Yeah, and Robinhood up 5%. Shit, Robinhood is $23. Kidding me? That garbage company? Wow, what a comeback!
Yeah,
what a comeback. This was
Hood's been on a tear. Yeah, Hood's been on a tear.
What happened? What changed in this?
I think they put up some good numbers on their last earnings report. So they've been they've been on a bit of a comeback here. What's crypto? Crypto is one of their things too, right? Trading crypto. What's Bitcoin? Bitcoin's really been getting beat up here. It's down around 60,000 a couple of days ago.
Bitcoin, that was a massacre on Bitcoin a few days ago.
Yeah. Let's come back up.
I still hold Tesla. Kind of honestly lost my hope on Tesla to go much higher. Up 3%,
pretty choppy right now.
Pretty choppy. We got a really great entry on it. You cut it really nicely, right on time.
Yeah. Tesla could be coming back to the VWAP again. It's really trying to hold on to this 9 EMA 2-minute chart. Just feels like they're selling there, just shorting it. 192.10. Let's see what we get here.
Tesla is coming back down, potentially adding on Tesla for the 920.
I'm just covering.
I might add into that.
Yeah, I'm just covering some here. One's 91.74.
You're short Tesla now?
Yeah, I shorted it just when it started to lose that 9 EMA.
Oh man, You change your color faster. Hey, what is this animal that changes color? Chamomile? Um, chameleon. Yeah, you're right, chameleon. Brian is changing color faster than a chameleon in the market.
It just lost that 192 level. It was making lower highs, so I just thought it's probably going to sell off. I'm looking for one just around 191 would be a good. That's close to the VWAP. If we can get down there. It might put up a fight here to go lower. What are the Qs doing? SPY's falling off again.
Okay, so Rivian is coming down. Rivian. To do the VWAP.
I'm going to cover some more here just because Tesla can turn and bounce on you. See, just like that.
Ah, shit. I wanted to get the Tesla a little bit better. Tesla a little bit here. Actually, add a little bit on Tesla here, 190.24. Let's see if you can get a little bit of a better entry. And go back to the half the day.
I'm out of the rest of it. So small green trade just because of the partials. Yeah, it's going back to high of day. I was really hoping we'd get down to the VWAP around 191.
Oh, Tesla.
See, look at that. Just to stop me out there. Now it's going to, I'll see if it holds this 9 EMA. It's back at it. Definitely a seller there at 193 now. Rivian's really rolling over here. Excuse me. Q's did a bounce off the VWAP. Same with the SPY. NVIDIA's starting to move up here.
VA is moving up. 1.3% up, yeah. Wow, look at that big pop. NVIDIA, yeah. Tesla is still holding, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I expect it won't sell off a lot. I think it's broken out here on a daily, so, and there just seems
Ooh,
to be
Tesla.
buyers.
Tesla is running
Yeah,
up, guys.
high
Tesla
day.
is amazing. Ooh, look at that. 194. That's what I want. Partially on Tesla, guys. 194. That's amazing. Gold's going up for the break of half a day. Apple is 212. Let me get to 212. Apple had an upgrade, you said, huh?
Yeah, it had an upgrade from somebody.
Somebody.
It wasn't like wasn't a firm I recognized. It wasn't like a Goldman or Morgan Stanley or anyone. It was someone else.
If Tesla continue going higher, because we're gonna give away a laptop in half an hour. Let's see if you can get to 500 likes by those guys who are watching. Guys, please like.
Yeah.
Don't make me beg, please. Don't make me beg. I'm addressing. Don't force me to beg you, please. Press that like.
It's easy peasy.
If you're watching this and you're listening to me and you're not liking, come on, man. Press that like. Oh, there you go. Yeah, you got 540 likes. That's awesome.
So we got the new home sales out at a few minutes ago. We got pretty close to new sales, pretty much in line, eh?
Sales, huh?
Yeah, 0.2 down 0.2%, but change month over month was almost 4.7. That's pretty significant. We didn't get it. We only got looks like the Qs and SPY are breaking out on that news. So there you go.
Qs are amazing. 480. I can't believe in 2022 this one was below 300. You remember this was like 260 back in the end of 2022. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Nice, nice guys. You got some good trades in on Tesla today, Gary. You could join our members in the room, not have to listen to delayed feed for $1. You can try it out.
Tesla 194, 195. We might get to 195 today. That would be nice to get out of it. What's AMD doing? AMD kind of died. It's been very disastrous trade AMD for the last 2 months. Nobody likes AMD. So who's coming for my party in the chat? I know Peter is coming, Mike is coming. Brandon, are you coming? Yeah, Brandon's wife coming. Everybody else is broke. Jay Linksha, you're coming. Awesome. Everybody's coming. Turkey, I'm coming to Dubai probably in October. Let's party there. Coming to Dubai in Dubai.
Dubai.
Dan, are you coming up from LA? For my party, you're coming from LA? That's awesome. The DJ is coming from LA.
Is Dan from Seattle coming up?
He said he would come, yeah. Well, thanks, guys. See, be like Dan Rush. Rush to my party. That is a good guy. Have we met before, Dan, you and I? There you go. See, that is a good member. Officially, I'm giving you the member of the day. Coming from LA for a good party. Nice. It's my man.
All right. AMD came back up. Guys, there's someone on Instagram impersonating me. I wouldn't mind it if you guys have Instagram accounts, just report them. Yeah,
So
they go by.
somebody is impersonating you.
Yeah, we get this a lot. It's just they're using Brian _ Pesum _ Just if you could report them. I've tried reporting them. They don't take them down. And I know someone in the room has, at least one of our members said they were contacted by the scammer trying to get them to buy something. Guys, we will never reach out to you on any social media and offer you a service for payment.
I can't believe that people fall into these
Yeah,
scams.
none of us will ever do that. So if somebody who looks like one of us reaches out to you and says, "Hey, we can help you out," send me some money. Please let us know and please report them.
How people are really getting into some of these.
Yeah.
There was one guy who was in his LinkedIn, he was the fraud protection in Visa credit card, and he fell into that. And he was
Oh,
talking to me,
jeez.
and I said, "You're working for a fraud protection department. How can you fall into this? Your job is to detect the fraud."
Yeah, that doesn't sound good for
No,
a guy
not at all.
who's job. Yeah. Crazy.
But it's so amazing that how many people are really open to giving money to someone else to trade for them. Like this blows my mind that how people have $5,000, $10,000 to somebody else trade for them. Because these scammers how work. They have a program that you put in there and then I trade for them and then they get the profit. Like, it's amazing that how people are giving money away for someone else to
Yeah.
give them profit. So if Tesla is gonna go to 194, our trading would be super nice. Amazon is hitting the scanner constantly.
Wow, look at that.
Amazon is all
Meta did its usual red to green move. Every day it seems to do that. Starts out red, goes green. Yeah, Rivian hasn't really gone anywhere. It's actually below the VWAP now. Tesla maybe rolling over here, really having trouble getting.
What did FedEx do? FedEx traded like garbage.
Yeah,
FedEx is
yeah, it
really
usually
horrible.
does. Yeah, that's why I stay. I don't think anybody was really had it on their watch lists. It's not any great stock to trade. It's NYSE stock too.
Uh, the big day is Friday. The inflation number, the CPI number is Friday. Hey guys, you don't need to type laptop in the chat room. You don't need to keep typing laptop. I know you want laptop, but you don't need to. Uh, as a matter of fact, if you type too much, we might actually block you because it becomes distractive. Yeah, maybe this laptop is a bad idea. I don't know. I'm full of these bad ideas. I wake up and I have a bad idea.
So there's ticket. You have to have a ticket to get into your party, right?
Yes. But we got you. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, no, I know I signed up. I just don't remember where I put the ticket. It's one of those e-bright things, right?
All right, Tesla is coming. So market, it seems that it was going to get some momentum going back. Oh, I haven't done the mushroom yet. No, I'm going to do the mushroom soon. I haven't done my microdosing yet. I was so sick yesterday, guys. You had no idea how sick I was. I was in bed all day. Like I slept like all day. Yeah, it is the open bar. I'm gonna get a table so you can come at my table and you can drink at my table. That is possible, but who drinks, man? We go to the space. This party is not about drinking. This party is about going to the space. So what else do we
Just
have?
hide
So 10 minutes, the laptop,
I was gonna say just
mushroom.
hide the expensive scotch because Peter's going to be there.
Peter is gonna be.
Yeah,
No, I'm gonna give MDMA to Peter. Peter is
just
gonna
the
do.
just give him the cheap stuff.
No, Peter, I'm gonna give you access to Peter. Well, Thor, what are you doing with Apple? You're long Apple? What's your deal with Apple?
AMD is just untradeable today. It just keeps trying to go green, then it pulls back a little bit. I thought it looked like NVIDIA was going to break out there, but it got to 128, pulled back. Tesla is also pretty choppy. It looks like Apple's going to break out here on a daily. There's your trade for John H.
A break of 5 today.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to do it here.
220 is the all-time high.
Oh, I think Thor might have tried to short Apple at maybe at R6. It did set up nicely. There was nothing wrong with that trade. I mean, it tried to get through R6, couldn't do it. And then on that pullback and then bounce back, it made a lower high. So that would have been a great place to go short, but it just, the pullback was a higher low.
So how did you trade Apple? You long from R4? Yeah, that's exactly what I was hoping. That's the type of thing at 9:45. Yeah, R4. He went long at R4. His trades that that's what he does at R4. He shared that.
Okay. Oh, so this was a long trade. I kind of thought maybe he showed it at R6.
Yeah, long at R4. These are the type of trade that does that. It's really scary to take these trades, but Thor's system is really good. Read his book. Like I was looking at it and I said, where Thor would have gone long is exactly R4 at 940, 945 at 210, 17, 71. That's very, very nice.
Yeah. Where's Apple? Apple, bit of a gap fill. Could be a gap fill there at 214-ish. I don't know if it's going to get there.
So about mushroom, I'm getting my mushroom from this website. But the problem is these guys are only shipping it in Canada. You know, if you want to get the microdosing stuff, these guys are only getting it in Canada. I don't know about US.
Yeah,
but, mushroom is something that, yeah.
I don't think I don't think it's sort of it's not as easily bought in, I don't think, in the US.
In the US, yeah. I mean, there's always somebody's growing mushroom in their backyard, so
yeah.
But
big order at 213 on Apple.
It was a fire company. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I'm taking mushrooms. Like today, I just woke up late and I'm really sick. But sometimes in the morning at this time, I do. Again, you shouldn't feel anything when you're microdosing. You really shouldn't feel anything. If you feel a little bit of a buzz, too much buzz, it means that you probably took too much. But sometimes it hits it. But I have a really good self-mind control. I'm not gonna trip on that. The worst thing that you can have, and you might actually start yawning a little bit. Speaking of mushrooms, let me get my microdose.
AMD just lost low of day here, or at least as testing low of day. NVIDIA rolled over.
So
Yeah,
why are we not
careful
in
with
Apple?
that. Careful with
Right, why
Apple
are we
too.
not trading that?
There's not a lot of orders above there. Oh, maybe there is 213.80, 214. Wow, big rollover on the Qs and on Apple and Nvidia.
What's Nvidia doing? Oh, Nvidia losing it,
Amazon's,
huh?
yeah, Amazon's having a good day for whatever reason. Yeah, Amazon's ripping. It's through high of yesterday's high. It's
It's hitting the
retesting
scanner
these.
too, Amazon.
Yeah,
Somebody's buying Amazon seriously.
today they are.
It's doing nothing. 194 would be a good trade.
Q's just rolled over. SPY just took a drop. We have some Fed speakers. All these Fed speakers. They never used to say anything. You know, they were always quiet. They were always in the background. Making these decisions, and people have been noticing, like, all of them it's just like a roadshow. As soon as they can start speaking again, they get the speaking engagements. I guess they get paid for it.
The old Feds.
Yeah, the old Fed. You never used to see, like, these guys hitting the road and doing the speaker circuit.
Yeah, everybody, like all the old big presidents and stuff, the speaking fees that they get is amazing. Like, for example, like Hillary Clinton, Obama, they're all in the $100,000 speaking fee range. And a conference, if they have them as a speaker, obviously they get a lot of sponsors and a lot of ticket sales and everything. That would be really nice.
They're not paying us to yet 100,000. Just trying to see if there's anything else that came out at 10:30. What's the time? Oh, it's something 10:30. We've got oil inventories. Yeah, that was weird. We just rolled over there. Q, SPY, everything. Apple just dropped. AMD's low of day. Tesla's coming down to the VWAP now.
All right, guys. So we're gonna start doing the laptop giveaway. So we're gonna get that. Make sure that you like and subscribe, and at least comment it once. You don't need to say laptop all the time. It doesn't help you. Wow, 649 likes. That's nice. Can we get it to 700 like? That would be nice. That would be super nice. There we go. Let's get that one going. $688, $697. That would be really cool. Did you have good trades? Beside the laptop, I know you guys are here for a laptop, but beside that, are you enjoying the live trading in the chat? I think that's very important to learn something here. Did you get a good trade? Did you do something useful with your life when you were here?
Man, Amazon is on fire. Just that little pullback to hardly move the needle on Amazon. All right, Apple bounced right back. Apple did bounced right off the 20 EMA.
Well, I'm glad that you learned something, because the whole point is very important to this chat room and live trading. Very, very, very important for you guys to learn something. That's the most important thing about this live trading. Amazon is on fire, man.
I know
what's happening with this.
It's crazy. It's just even that pullback. They just snapped it up. We just blew through 190. Apple came right back up too.
Guys, so this is our YouTube. So get the participants. So we have 500. Are you ready, guys? Let's go. So 502 people are here. Like, subscribe, and commented.
Yeah, we're two away from 700.
Ready? 20 seconds. I can see some of the names. There we go.
10. Counting it down. 9, 8 for Apple.
Simon 90. Who's the Simon 90? There you go. Simon 90 is getting it. Ooh, congratulations. Email me, Simon 90. That is congratulations on Simon 90. Is it 90-year-old or is 1990? What is it? Yeah, just email me, guys. Simon 90 for a laptop. Hopefully you're in North America, because I don't want to ship a laptop into Papua New Guinea. I don't know how to do that.
Papua New Guinea. It's your favorite country.
My favorite country, yeah. Awesome, guys. Well, that was awesome. Thank you so much, everything. So today was pretty good for me. So Rivian and Tesla, we did so good trade on that. That was awesome. We end the day. It was a good trading day. So today is Wednesday. We have the psychology webinar, guys. So making sure that we are. What says you're not accepting the result of this selection, huh? So make sure that guys come to psychology webinar. What's the psychology webinar? Is who's today? Our Wednesdays we have our psychology webinar. Who is presenting today? We have Michael. Michael from Vancouver. He's actually Vancouver, the psychology of risk management. So Michael is going to come presenting. See you guys tonight in the psychology webinar. If not, see you in the chat room, guys, tomorrow morning. Thanks, YouTube, guys. All the best. And we'll stay in the chat room, guys. Thanks. Really appreciate that for your
thanks for joining
support
us.
and coming, guys.
Yeah. Have a good day.